And welcome back to The Dish with Chase and Ben. Welcome back to The Dissertations. My name's Ben. Who are you?
I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. I'm in a very good mood right now, and I'm very happy to be here.
Happy to be in America.
Don't ask for green card. Oh, gosh. A beloved movie
everyone.
of the podcast. Hello, everyone. Guys, it's episode 2 of season 3. Can you believe it? I can.
I can do it.
I can. Chad, what'd you do today? What were you up to today?
I went to work for a second.
What?
Got paid.
What?
Yeah, I got that bag, as the kids say these days.
He just handed you. You didn't even get a paycheck. He just handed you like a sack full of coins, gold coins. That'd be so.
It was
sick.
rubies, actually. It was
Like
drachmas. Yeah, and that's what I get paid in.
honestly,
it's in my contract.
When you said rubies, the thing that I thought of was the Scorpion King when he has that pouch of
Yeah,
the
I
blood
know exactly.
rubies.
The deer scrotum full of rubies. Yeah, dude. That's what they used to carry him in.
Stop. You got paid, then what'd you do?
I went to the gym.
What?
I worked out a lot. It was crazy. It was like,
You did a lot of this?
that's all I did. Yeah. It's weird that you did that. It's crazy.
I forgot. I have to make sure to not swear.
I had a lot of vascularity today in my arms, and it was a little alarming for a second.
Did you have to call the police?
But it was good. It looked good. I looked like the Hulk.
The Hulk.
And then I went
If
to
the
the
Hulk
pet
was
store.
blue-black.
True. And then I went to the Hulk store. And then I went... and then,
You said it so. I went to the Hulk store.
yeah, dude, I'd get myself a Hulk.
Where did you go?
I went to the pet store because I had to get jerky for the dogs.
Better.
And then I came back. I cleaned my house a little bit.
It looks great.
Thank you.
I noticed it the minute I walked in.
Thank you. Yeah, I cleaned my house a little bit. I trying to get through this book that will never, ever, ever end. It'll never end. It's never.
It's
gonna
this
happen.
big.
It'll never pass.
And this
I hate my life.
That is tough.
I didn't finish it. So
Come on, man.
I'm so close, but
you need to
not
put those
so
video
far.
games down and pick up some books.
I did play a lot of video games today. I played Pal World. People should download that. If you have the Game Pass, you should download Pal World. It's kind of like Pokemon. It is like Pokemon. It is
It's
Pokemon.
Pokemon, Fortnite, and Minecraft rolled into one.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
it.
fun.
Fortnite
It's
was the
super
game I was
fun.
trying to
Yeah,
remember.
I'm really
It looks
into
sick.
It's
Honestly,
really,
I really like
You
how
would be
looks.
into it. Yeah, it's
I
really
need
fun.
to finish Jedi Survivor. I took a hiatus.
That's fine. Take your time so that I can build up my world, and then you can just play in my world, and it'll be awesome, just like I did with Eric's. It's cool.
Who isn't just playing in your world? You
I don't know. That's
it's
good
your
que-
world.
that's a good
We're
question.
all playing in it.
But I did that.
Nice.
I walked the dogs again. I did 2 walks today. It was a beautiful day today. The sun was out.
Did they do better on the second walk than they did on the first walk? Well,
Yes.
Carlos did great.
Nana did poop, finally.
Thank God.
She finally pooped. All the dog owners out there, sometimes it gets crazy.
Dude, she hadn't pooped since yesterday morning.
She was holding out on us.
It was a weak showing.
Yeah, it was a weak showing.
Well, that's good. Thank God. I love her to death.
And there were so many dogs out.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a severe weather warning
I
for
saw that on my
tomorrow.
phone. Well, it starts at 4 a.m.
So it starts at 4 a.m. We're
Yeah.
not even supposed to get snow, and it's a 40% chance. Not 40% chance. 40% of Oakland County.
This is
gonna be covered in
Valentine's
snow.
Day, by the way, so it's Thursday
Yes.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I'm going to park in my garage just because I can, but I feel like nothing's going to happen. It's like, it's supposed to snow for 4 hours, and the last hour, it's the high is 38. So I'm like,
My phone's at 40, so I'm like, it's
Well,
not
I
going
think the
anywhere.
high
It's
of the
not-
day
yeah.
is 40, but the last
okay.
hour it's supposed to be snowing. It's 38. Like, what kind of slushy nonsense are we about to get?
I don't even think it'll stick to the ground.
No, I hope
Yeah.
not.
But
I'm
whatever.
I had to shovel twice this year.
I used my snowblower a good amount, and it was cool. I was into it. But
But
yeah, that's what I did, and then I played more video games. I waited for you to get done and come over, and
Here I am.
That was it. What about you? Talk about your day, Ben.
I woke up, crack of dawn. I went and walked the pea doggies with you. It was really nice.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a great way to start the day. It felt
That
good.
was nice. Yeah.
Went home, had brekkie, went to work, worked. I got to work with Michael B. Moore for the first time in a couple weeks. That's a lie. It was 1 week. Went to church and then came here. And I had macaroni and cheese and hot dogs for dinner.
With hot dogs in them, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut them up.
Chef
Put 'em in.
Boyardee.
Ooh, it was so good. But that's the last box I have and I'm not buying anymore.
That's it. Don't ask
Honestly,
me.
I was gonna have carrots and hummus for dinner, but I was like, I can't do that.
That's
I haven't
not a
eaten
dinner.
like anything today. But I'm gonna have an apple with peanut butter when I get home. I'm so excited.
Oh my god, dude.
I love it.
It's really nice.
But yeah,
I bought the movie The Tuxedo with Jackie Chan today on Amazon for $7. Just so you know.
oh, you're gonna get like a physical one. I was like, why would you buy
Have you
something?
ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh,
The only Jackie Chan movies I've seen, let me lay these out for you. The Rush Hour franchise, incredible. Shanghai Nights and Shanghai Noon.
those are great movies. Yeah,
And then Around the World in 80 Days.
that's a good movie too. Yeah.
I'm almost positive.
He's in a lot of
what
really
else
good
has he
movies.
been in?
Okay,
Like
he's-
nothing,
he's
right?
been-
He's kind of like more indie.
He's been in Rumble in the Bronx, which
Never
is a
in my
great
life.
movie. He's in Police Story, which is like a really good movie.
That is my life.
I think the second one is pretty good too, from what I remember.
That's tight.
Yeah, he's in The Tuxedo, which is a fantastic movie. It's
it a movie
terrible,
about
but
penguins?
it's really good. No,
Oh.
it's about this like spy that he's like a chauffeur for, but the
Oh.
spy dies, and the spy tells him to like put his suit on, and he puts his suit on. It's like a cool like nice suit.
It's like the mask.
And it like kind of like it like conforms to his body, and it's like a gadget suit, and it's like really cool. It's super cool.
Gadget suit
It's a
was my
terrible
nickname in
movie,
high
but it's
school.
really
I
fun. It's good for
love
me.
that.
Like you'd be into it. I would be.
You said
into
you
it.
bought it for $7?
Yeah, free shipping, baby.
God bless.
Yeah, so I got
What was
that.
it? Oh, I was gonna
I
buy
also
a
got
pocket knife.
a neck pillow to help my neck pain.
With all of your ear piercings. To, like,
No,
sleep
it's not
on?
like that kind of pillow. It's like
Whatever,
a neck
dude.
pain pillow. Like,
Oh, is it
it's
like one of
a
the square
nice-
ones?
It looks like a lotus flower, kind of.
Not what I was thinking.
I know. It's weird, but it got really high ratings, so I'm gonna try it out. Anyways, The Tuxedo. We should watch that together. It's really good.
You know,
It's funny, but it's
we
good.
could talk about it on a podcast.
We
No,
could.
I don't
We
wanna.
could because it's obscure. Obscure.
I only watch blockbusters.
Yeah.
That's a lie. I've been watching a lot of indie movies
What do you
lately
think constitutes a blockbuster?
that it is available for rent at Blockbuster.
Oh, well then yes. Oh, R.I.P.
There's still one around. There's still one around, I'm pretty sure.
No way, Jose.
Are there any Blockbusters in the United States?
Around. That doesn't mean around. That means in Michigan.
Yeah, Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, okay. Let's just
The
get
last-
in the car
yeah,
and drive.
the- well,
Let's
this
just
is
get in the
from-
car and rent
this
one
is from-
right now.
I'm getting a new car soon. We can drive in my car, rack up those miles immediately. It's in Oregon, so I don't really want to fly. I don't want to drive there.
You don't want to fly drive there?
I would much rather fly there. We'd be there.
Let's take a train and we'll take three and a half years to get there.
Honestly, I would do that for
Okay.
sure.
I just wear a suit the whole time. Have my
Let's
own
do it.
cabin.
I was going to say something I can't remember.
Suit.
Oh, last episode we talked about like a bunch of movies that we've watched recently. I did not mention Saltburn, which like changed the chemical makeup in my body when I watched it.
My mom said it was weird.
My parents also said it was weird.
Yeah.
It's not for old people.
Hey.
Your mom's going to kick my
My
butt.
mom is beautiful and perfect. Don't ever.
I
say
never
that about
said
my
that
mom.
she
I'll slap
wasn't
you silly.
beautiful or
I'll slap
perfect.
that cross right off your face.
I have two now. I have one here
have
and one up there.
All right.
Here,
Can't
boy.
catch my breath.
Oh.
Okay. What are we doing? Where are we?
We're just catching up. We went back to the normal seating arrangement because I didn't like the one we had last week.
Yeah, living in Ben's world.
It's my world. Y'all are just living in it. Chadwick, we...
Podcast is sponsored by LaCroix.
LaCroix.
The crotch.
Not the crotch. Do you know it's actually LaCroix, not
Yeah.
LaCroix?
Yeah.
Like, it is pronounced like it's trademarked as LaCroix
Yeah.
because it's not French. It's from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah.
My brother had this friend named Darren LaCroix when he was in school. I swear
Did
to God.
he invent LaCroix?
He was kind of a dweeb. If Anthony's listening to this, I think he'd agree with me. He was kind of a dweeb.
I had a friend named Shannon Evian.
Was it a man?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. I thought so.
I was watching an episode of Bob's Burgers before I came over here while I was eating my mac and cheese and weenies. And there was a man named Sasha, and it was so cool. I think it's a really cool man's name, Sasha. It's like Eastern European.
Sure.
Sasha.
Sachet.
Sa.
Sachet.
Sa.
Sausage.
There's no way that girl Casey is listening to this episode, but she showed me this song called Sa Sa, and it's really good.
She better read those freaking books that I get.
She still has mine.
I don't care.
Well, that's the thing.
Yours
Then she was
aren't
just
cool.
sitting there and she was like, well, do I start Chainsaw Man or do I start Berserk? And I was like, I don't know. I'm a completionist. So I would want to start one and then read all of it and then go on to the next one. And she's like, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I don't know which one to do though. I was like, okay, then read both
Berserk.
of the ones that you got, kind of decide what you want to do and go from there. And she's like, okay. And then she sat on
I
her
have
phone
more
all
of
day.
them. I just didn't want to give her more.
I
until
know.
She liked. She
I
knew
know.
she liked.
Yeah, and it's good. Like she can figure out which ones she wants. I'm ripping a callus off my body right as we speak. I'm going to stop. No, I'm going to do it under the table. Chase, we're talking about a movie today. That's a lie. We're talking about 3 movies today.
That's true. A trilogy.
We're talking about Taken, Taken 2, and Taken the Return, or Taken 3.
Taking out the trash. It's
Taken
a
out
dirty
the
job, but
trash.
somebody's got to do it. That's what it should be.
How much boba hair do you think is going to be on my phone? The Taken trilogy. They came out in 3 different years, and those years are 2008, 2012, and 2014. Where were you in 2008? Married with
2008
kids?
is when I graduated high school.
That's when I graduated 8th grade. You old man.
I was 17 years old.
When you graduated high school, that makes sense. I was also 17 when I graduated. We're cool. We're hip.
Yeah.
We're young. Where were you in 2012?
2012, 22 years old. I was probably traveling and doing heavy procedures.
You're
and
5 years older than me? No,
Yeah.
you're 4 years older than me.
I was born in 1990.
I was born in 94. I was graduating high school in 2012.
Yeah, I was living my life, man. On the edge, in the car, everywhere.
Everywhere. Which car was that? The Subaru?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
It was white.
Silver.
I was close.
My first car was silver, too.
The one that you wrecked.
No, that was my mom's car, Malibu Max, which it was silver as well.
Oh my gosh.
Silver's a good color.
I still have not had a
clean. It's
black
very
car.
clean.
Can you believe that?
What did you
My
say?
next car is going to be my first black car. I thought about that while I was walking
I
up to
have
my
had a
car.
black car. My terrain was black.
Black on black on black.
It was okay. I like my brown truck more.
I hate my brown SUV.
I love the brown.
That's a lie. It's definitely grown on me over these past 3 years, but I'm very excited to get a black car. It's going to be a lot nicer. Taken trilogy. It came out in a couple years. All of them are around an hour and 30, but the last one is longer with an hour and 48 minutes, which is nice. I like it. We were very happily surprised about that movie, and we'll get into it in a little bit. At the time of recording, only Taken 3 is streaming, and it's streaming on Max.
Yes.
1 and 2 are not streaming
Surprisingly,
anywhere.
Tubi has let us down, which is not.
They're not a sponsor
Crazy.
of this week.
They're
Just
always a
previous week?
sponsor.
Excuse me.
First of
Excuse
all,
I ended up buying all of these movies. I like collecting movies on Apple TV. That's where I buy all my movies because it used to be iTunes and I used to buy everything on iTunes. And I was like, oh, we should probably buy these movies. I think you have them physically, don't you?
Yeah, I don't
At
have the
least
third
one or
one.
two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have them physically. And I was like, well, I'll just buy them. I love these movies. I had seen 1, part of 2, never 3. And I was like, whatever. I'll see if there's a bundle. So I looked at the first one. It was $20. I looked at the second one, it was $15. I looked at the third one, it was $20. And I was like, oh, this bundle is going to be like $50. This is crazy. I look at the bundle, it was $20. I bought it so fast.
Yeah.
I basically got 2 movies free.
yeah, that's legit.
It was incredible. So I own them all
was
now.
cool.
I don't know if they're 4K, but they're good.
I don't know. But they
All
look
of them
fine.
are like
Yeah, they look
extended
good.
director's cuts. They were great.
Yeah, they look fine.
But yeah, you want to hit us with a little synopsis, a quick synopsis of all 3 movies here?
Sanonspis? Yeah, sure, I got you.
Sat on what? Excuse me. Maybe I should have a
A
simple
retired
request.
I'll wait.
Okay, teacher that I don't respect.
I'll wait.
Go ahead.
What the hell do you think this is?
You can't swear. My aunt is listening to this.
She's not your auntie, she's mine. A retired CIA agent travels across Europe and relies on his old skills to save his estranged daughter, who has been kidnapped while on a trip to Paris.
I don't think she's estranged.
She's
Let's work.
estranged because he's like divorced and like he was not in her life when she was little because he was too busy
You're right.
saving his country.
Literally.
and working for whatever. And then okay, so anyways,
So that's the first one.
That's
The second
first
one.
Okay, so then in Istanbul, okay, retired CIA operative Bryan Mills, which is Liam Neeson's,
Liam's Neeson's.
and his wife Famke Janssen,
Famke
who is
Janssen.
also Jean Grey. are
that one
taken
girl from
hostage
Bond.
by the father of the kidnapper Mills killed while rescuing his daughter. So it's a little bit more of a vengeance
They're linked.
situation.
They're linked really well, and they
Yeah.
did a great job at that.
Yep. And then the third one, accused of a ruthless murder he never committed or witnessed, Bryan Mills, Liam Neeson's, goes on the run and brings his particular set of skills to find the true killer and clear his name. He's got a lot of skills. He's a very skilled kind of guy.
Skills that
so
make me a nightmare
nightmare
for men like you.
for guys like you.
For boys like you.
Boys like me.
Some fun facts about the first movie here. Liam Neeson's expected the film to bomb, but he signed on in order to spend 4 months in Paris and... What?
With his parents?
Stop it! In order to spend 4 months in Paris and learn karate while playing the kind of role he had rarely been offered in the past. Ironically, not only was the film a massive hit, but it created a new on-screen image for Neeson's as an action hero. First of all, he was an action hero in the early year of 1999, playing Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That is how I know Liam Neeson's. Not Schindler's List, but Star Wars.
That's a great movie.
I did not know he was in Schindler's List until I recently
good.
saw a clip of him in Schindler's List, and it made me tear.
Yeah,
I need to watch that movie.
It's really sad. It's very sad.
It's very sad. I like sad movies,
We
as you know.
We should do the bad boy movies. I forgot about that.
Very
sad. Johnny
those would be
Tapia.
good. We can fit them in somewhere here.
We'll fit them in.
Sibilance. Jeff Bridges was first cast as Bryan Mills. Disgusting. But after he dropped out of the project, Liam Neeson's accepted the part, desiring to play a more physically demanding role than he was used to. Again, very physically demanding in Star Wars, but that's me splitting hairs.
Yeah, but now he's 75 years old. So it's
Bridges eventually saw the film and said Neeson was a much better choice for the role.
Jean-Claude.
Hey, man, give me my daughter back, man. That's my Jeff Bridges impersonation. I'm heading out. Take care, guys.
Jeff Bridges is in this movie where he is like a cop, and he has to, I think Tommy Lee Jones is the bad guy. And Tommy Lee Jones has a Scottish accent that's just awful.
Almost as bad as Liam Neeson's American
It's pretty
accent.
bad. Yeah. But it's a pretty good movie still. Yeah.
I know Jeff Bridges from the movie Stick It. It's a gymnastics movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm not going to watch that. But yeah.
Oh, I love that movie. Shouts out.
Isn't Kristen Stewart in that movie?
No, her name is I don't know, but it looks like Kristen Stewart. She's like a grungy gal.
Yeah.
She's so good. I loved her when I was a kid. I wanted to be her.
Kristen Stewart?
No, when I was a
right.
kid, Kristen Stewart was a kid. I don't want to be another kid.
Just relax.
Do you want to give us some
I'll give you a
fun facts about
fun, dude. I
number
don't care.
2?
I'll give you a fun fact about...
Ew, this has a gross fun fact in it, too. Starting with although.
Yes, I see it.
Start whenever you're ready.
I am not ready yet.
I am not ready.
God, do you see how I'm treated? Although this movie mostly involves Albanian mafia and thugs, there's only one member of the cast who is actually Albanian.
That's not okay.
That's totally fine.
Like, get us some nondescript Middle Eastern looking people.
No, man. You gotta, play that thing. There's that guy in that Indiana, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think I pointed him out to you that one time where he's in the bar scene and he has like fake Asian eyes and they put clay on his eyes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, you said
it's
that.
like really weird.
I think that was a shout out because there was like a character in a movie, like it was like a black and white movie where he was Chinese and he was fully a white man doing it.
And it's so bad too.
I think it was a nod to that, but I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me on it.
Okay, when production was announced, it was not immediately clear if Liam Neeson would return for the lead role. Mickey Rourke was considered for his replacement before Neeson confirmed his role.
That'd be disgusting.
Mickey Rourke, man.
He's in Iron Man 2.
Yeah. He's also in Domino.
Okay. Never in my life have I... The Pizza Kitchen?
No, it's a true story about bounty hunters and...
Dog?
Who is the girl that's the Elizabeth in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Keira Knightley?
Yeah, she is the main character.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
a good movie. It's a really good movie. Yeah.
Keira Knightley's awesome. She was 17 when she made that movie.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
The movie was filmed mostly in Istanbul, Turku, And the production team faced some challenges during filming. One of the most notable challenges was when a stunt driver crashed a car into a storefront during the chase scene, causing a real damage to the store. The production team had to negotiate with the store owner to continue filming in the area. They're like, please, we'll give you $500,000. Just let us keep filming.
Like, please let us film here. He's like, no, I speak for everybody in this city when I say get the hell out.
They're like, the store wasn't even that nice.
But it's been in my family for
like,
7
it looks exactly the
generations,
same as it did before.
so I need $1.6 million.
Or we can sell it out of court for $20.
Or we can settle out of court for $20. On some fun facts about Taken number 3. Reportedly, this is my favorite thing in the world. Reportedly, Liam Neeson stipulated to the movie's producers that he would only do this third installment if nobody gets taken, which I love.
Yes.
Because he goes on to say, Liam Neeson stated on September 28th, 2012, that there would not be a Taken 3. In February 2013, he continued with his position saying, I don't think there'll be a Taken 3. She can't get taken again. That's just bad parenting. We
said that, though.
We said that before I knew that, but like he's got a good head on his shoulders. Like he's like, this is ridiculous. It can't happen again.
It's
like
totally
it kind of makes sense in the second movie, even though Homegirl doesn't get taken.
They do a good job of like
kind of like explaining it. Yeah. And then Liam Neeson was paid $20 million for the third film, which is crazy. I wonder what he got paid for the first one. Because the first one, he had to have been paid a good amount.
He's Liam Neeson. He got a couple mil for sure, at least.
Oh, yeah. He's a huge actor.
Yeah, he's an A-lister.
He's also very tall. Just kidding. I'm taller than him.
Yeah. He's still tall. To us people that are regular.
I guess. Us people that are regular.
Yes.
You're 5'4", 5'5".
I'm 4'8".
4'8", excuse me. Sorry.
4'8", 672 pounds.
That would be a
I'd look like
feat
a toad
of God if you could be that
toad.
size.
Yeah.
Toad. How many Mrs. Doubtfire quotes are we going to get into this
15.
movie today? Okay, so we've had 2 so far. So let's keep working.
So good to see you.
Let's talk about the first movie, Taken, that started it all.
Okay, I will.
That movie is incredible. When was the first time that you saw it? Do you remember?
Probably like close to when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good movie.
I don't remember the first time I watched it, but the first time I encountered it, my older sister Megan went and saw it at her friend Emma's house. Emma Cooper, if you're listening, shout out Emma. She was watching it, and I think she was supposed to sleep over at Emma's or something because I had the car. So I think maybe I dropped Megan off at Emma's and then I was out like hanging out.
Yeah.
And then she watched that movie and had a really hard time with it. She was so scared that she was going to get taken.
Yeah.
So I had to drive our parents' Grand Caravan over and pick Megan up. And then we had to drive home with all of the interior lights on because she didn't want to think that there was going to be somebody in the trunk trying to take in her.
She sounds like a crybaby.
A little bit here and there, but I love her to death. And has she been taken? No. Has she been in horrifically dangerous situations like the movie Taken? Yes.
Should she have been taken?
No.
We'll never know.
No one should be taken.
We'll never
like
know.
that.
We'll never know.
Oh gosh. What's your like favorite part of the movie? What's some notable parts of the first movie?
My favorite part of the movie. One of my favorite parts is when she's being taken and he's like coaching her through it, like on the phone. That's an intense part.
It's very intense, and it leads to one of the best monologues in the movie because like basically Homegirl lies to her dad to go to Europe and is basically following the U2 concert, which like
disgusting.
Why U2?
You got taken for Bono.
You also.
Bono's
such a humanitarian.
For Bono.
You should have helped out there.
Yeah.
Bonnet. So she goes over there, she gets taken because she's not where she's supposed to be. Liam Neeson's has to talk her through being taken. And then the kidnapper gets on the phone and he's like, listen, I don't have money, but you just need to give my daughter back because if you don't, I'm going to
really rip shit up.
Yeah. I will find you and I will kill you. It's a great monologue. And it basically just pops off. And then with all of his connections through the CIA, he then flies to Paris and finds his daughter, like through obviously a lot of different things. It's his daughter and her friend. Her friend unfortunately passes.
She does.
It's kind of her fault that they got taken. So Yeah, it's just wild. Like through all these connections, like he gets over there. Basically, his buddy says, like, listen, you have 96 hours to find her before you'll never find her again.
Right.
Like you need to find her within the first few days or it's like done for.
Yeah.
So he gets over there and he tears the city apart. He has like contacts like at different hotels that he stays at, but then he has one specific contact in France, in Paris. His name is Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude works for like the French government, and like he's kind of like sleazy to an extent. Like he's just works behind a desk. He's not really in it to like help. He's in it to keep his job safe and to keep everything boring.
Yeah.
And it's like not cool.
He doesn't help at all.
No, not at all.
So Liam Neeson shoots his wife.
I mean, I wish I could say it was a lie, but yeah, he invites himself to dinner, shoots his wife in the arm, and then gets the information that he needs.
Yeah. He just doesn't even hesitate. He goes right for the wife.
Pow.
True gentleman.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ladies first. You know?
Boom. Shoots him.
Yada, yada, yada. He finally finds his his daughter, gets her back.
From the Sultan.
Literally, this nasty big man.
Yeah,
who's wearing a white robe. I would never wear white clothing. I know you're wearing a white shirt.
If you
right
were
now.
like a
It'd be
Sultan
so
man,
dirty.
then I only wear white and black and blue shirts.
That's a lie.
That's not true.
You have a
That is
green
true.
shirt.
I don't
You
have a green
have a
shirt.
pink shirt.
I don't have.
You
any of
have
those
an
shirts.
orange shirt.
I do have an orange shirt. I have a Texas shirt. Yeah.
What orange?
You bought
shirt
it for me.
It's orange.
It's like orange reddy. It's like red orange. It's like burnt orange.
Texas.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
And then, but no, I don't really. When I go out, I wear white, black, or navy.
I wear pink.
I like to look like a responder of things.
Excuse me. So yeah, his daughter gets taken and he takes her back, so it's great.
It's good.
It's just kind of like while he's trying to get his daughter back, he just really kind of uncovers this like huge sex trafficking ring in a lot of countries, but like kind of headquartered in France, in Paris.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we were talking about it. I think like the number one like hotspot for human trafficking is St. Paul, Minnesota, is the Mall of America. People get kidnapped from the Mall of America all the time, and then they're just immediately like gone. They get taken into the system and they're out.
That's gross.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Like it's
crazy.
like so wild that people can just like.
It's weird that an adult can be kidnapped like that. To me, like it's weird.
You would have quite the time trying to get me to go anywhere.
It'd be crazy. Yeah, it'd be
You'd have to
wild.
have men on me. I would get out of there. No way. I'd swing. I'd run. I'd like to think I have a good head on my shoulders and I would stay away from it, but who knows?
It'd be hard to tell.
You want to
Michigan though has a lot of trafficking too because they're close to the border of Canada. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very very bad here.
Very accessible into Canada.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about the second movie?
The second movie, they vacation to Budapest, and it's weird because Liam Neeson is actually just going there for business, and then
He's
his
literally
daughter
working.
and his ex-wife surprise him there, and they're just like, "Hi," and he just buys them a hotel room, and it's like they're just like there as a family now, even though
And
his
it's
wife
like a
is married.
suite. Like it's really nice.
Yeah. And basically the guy, the dad of the dude that he killed in the first one that abducted his daughter, he's all pissed and sad, and he's like, "I'm going to get revenge for my family."
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? So he like gets his dudes together, and they like have
Gets
this
his
whole, you know,
boys.
they have the Albanian guys. You know, they have those,
Only one of
they
them's
have
Albanian.
hand tattoos, so you know that they're disgusting criminals. Yeah. So, and they essentially kidnap Liam Neeson and his ex-wife. And they're trying to get his daughter too, but she gets out of there, and then it has this cute, adorable little gadget phone thing that he has. Like he has
So
always.
sick.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So
Only
James
can make like
Bond.
2 calls. Yeah,
He has 3 numbers in there.
yeah,
Okay.
it's legit. And he ends up calling her in captivity and coaches her to help him get out, so then he can get the mom out and like you know whatever. Ends up like obviously getting out and like really messing stuff up and like.
Well,
killing
he
her
gets
with
out,
this.
but Famke's dumb butt.
Well, yeah, but
stays.
she gets stayed, but then he gets her.
He gets her in
Gets
the
her.
end,
But
yeah.
it takes a minute.
Yeah.
You know, and he's got to go through all the guys, and then there's this really weird, awkward fight scene with him, and like that weird. It's like that guy that stabs Jean-Claude with the scissors in the leg. He fights that guy.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
really weird. And
Yeah.
it's like just that guy is literally 4 feet shorter than Liam Neeson, and for some reason he gives him the hardest
He's
time.
so big and hulking.
Like Liam, just kick him in the stomach.
Seriously,
Like,
you could kick him in the head. You could literally
I don't understand
donkey
that.
kick him in the top of the head.
Yeah,
and
that guy was just puny.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anyways. So yeah, so it's actually the last scene is really cool though, because like he goes and he kills everybody, and then he goes to the dad, and the dad's like cowering, and he basically is like, listen, like I can just kill you right now, but then like your other sons are gonna come and I'm gonna kill them too.
Yeah.
Or you can just like live with this and just like walk away right now, and like you'll be good. And so like he just like kind of nods, and then Liam Neeson turns around and walks away. Well, he takes the gun that Liam Neeson set down and tries to shoot him, but there's no ammo in it. So Liam Neeson like presses him into like this hook on the wall, and it just goes into his head, and he kills him right then and there. That guy just couldn't let it go. He just couldn't let it go. And it's like weird to me because it's like, okay, so now like your sons are going to come after him, and he's going to kill your kids too. So like, what was the point of that? That was
well, and that's the thing. Like, it's not like they kind of like do a pretty good job in like John Wick when like, listen, like Vigo's son kills John Wick's dog and steals his car. So then John's like, listen, like I have to kill your son. Like this is just how it goes. He took from me. I now need to take from you. And it's like, it's almost like an honor system, but it's like this would not have happened if you weren't in this horrible line of work.
Right. Yeah.
And like thought you could take whatever you wanted.
Right. Of course.
You are now met with somebody who can handle this, and they handled him.
Yeah.
like, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Same thing.
It's
like,
just crazy.
It's too crazy.
Yeah.
Vengeance doesn't pay, dude.
No way.
It's a fool's errand. You know what I'm saying?
It
like
really
it's just
is.
it's not gonna help out. But yeah, so that's the second one. The second one I actually really did like. I thought it was good.
I do enjoy it.
You know.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'd say the biggest surprise of all the movies is number 3.
Number 3 is
Had
good.
you seen number 3 before?
I
we
don't
watched
think so,
it?
because I thought I did.
Yeah.
And then we watched it, and I definitely did not. I had not seen that one.
I had never seen it either. I've only seen the first half of the second movie. To be honest, I think it's still at the point where I've only seen the first half because I was falling asleep during that movie when we watched it. Jean-Claude. But the third movie starts off, everything's happy, everything's great. It's great, great, great. And then Famke, his ex-wife, kind of confides in Liam's and is basically like, listen, like, it's not going well with my new husband. Like, I'm having a really hard time. Like, we need to work through a lot of stuff, and it's just really difficult. And Liam's is really trying to be like compassionate, and he's like, well, if you need to like get away, like I'm leaving for work for 3 months, my apartment's going to be empty. If you need space to like get away and like work through stuff, he's not trying to steal her away. They're friends.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the best way to like end a relationship with somebody. It's like, listen, we shared so much time and so
And they have a
much
kid together.
life together. Yeah. And like they need to like successfully co-parent.
Sure.
And they do a great job at it. Down the line, she was kind of a raging jerk in the first movie.
Yeah.
But obviously he saved her daughter twice, so tends to soften the edges.
Yeah, what can you say about that?
But basically, lo and behold, this, that, and the other, Famke ends up getting killed. Rip it, baby girl. She gets her throat slashed.
For the second time.
Literally, my God. She just can't keep her neck together, eh?
I know.
She gets killed, and her body is placed in the bed of Liam's Neeson's, and he is immediately framed for her murder. Bryan Mills being Bryan Mills, he gets out of it, attacks 2 police officers, and runs away, and basically gets in touch with the head of the case, the head of the police that's kind of like forwarding the case, Forrest Whitaker, and is like, listen, I'm innocent, and give me 2 days and I'll prove that I'm innocent. And he's like, listen, I can't do that. I'm a police officer. You just got to come in. You got to come in. You got to be like,
Be a man.
yeah, you just got to like
Do the right thing.
go through, you got to go through like the right policies and politics of this. And like, if you are innocent, justice will find that. And like, we'll be good. Like, we just need to do that. He's like, nope, I'm going to find out anyway.
Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude is not in this one.
I know, but he's in the second one too.
He's in the second one. He immediately gets killed.
He does not get killed. We don't know that.
He
Jean-Claude
fully gets
is
killed.
thriving with his family, and his wife's gimpy arm that got shot by Liam Neeson. The bullet's still in there.
Twas a flesh wound. It's fine. He's fine. Everything's fine. So basically, yada yada, this, that, and the other. Liam Neeson's gets to the bottom of this, and he basically figures out that Stuart, Famke's new man, was in it deep with some bad mother truckers, and basically killed Famke to get her life insurance money to pay this guy off, and then wanted to basically frame Bryan for killing her because he thought they were cheating.
Yeah, but they weren't.
They weren't. They were just adults being adults.
Yeah.
So basically, it's all found out that it was all Stuart's fault, and basically, they don't end up killing Stuart. He gets off. Well, he doesn't get off. He gets arrested.
Yeah, but he says like you're gonna get a good lawyer, and then you're gonna get out, and then we both know what's gonna happen. So he's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I mean, he's killed everybody else in there.
Yeah, dude.
Family, so. Yeah, so basically, honestly, I was really surprised by the third one. It's kind of like the third Equalizer movie where it really kind of just refreshed it. It wasn't the same exact thing over and over and over again. It was nice because, no one got taken. That would be insane if someone got taken again.
It'd be absurd.
Like, good Lord, get your family in one spot and leave them.
Or move away from them. Like this.
Yeah, just like
it's you're the problem. Yeah.
But they did a great job. There's a lot of continuity. Everything kind of links together, but it really just kind of brings that underlying theme of basically human trafficking and the sex trade, and that really disgusting kind of underworld that is very, very prominent, very real, and very active and thriving.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's like the cartel. It's like the same kind of industry.
Yeah. I would say the cartels are still a little bit confined to different countries. There's the Mexican cartel, there's a Russian mafia. There's kind of their own things, but sex trafficking is
it's
across
worldwide.
the globe. Yeah. There's
I think it's the highest paid industry in the world.
Which is so gross.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Why don't you hit me with that first question there, Chadwick?
All right, so this is the moneymaker question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do the last one. We're gonna see.
Okay, that's fine.
The question says, how can a man's soul and morals stoop to such a nefarious level? So we're talking about a person that is working in the sex trade.
Mm-hmm.
How can you do that? How can you do that to somebody? How can you actually... And can you actually separate them and see them as a product? Because that's what you would probably have to do.
Well, that kind of leads me to what I would say. That's the thing. I mean, it's anything... I mean, I hate to draw this parallel, but for me, I have work brain. My job is to hurt somebody as quickly and as efficiently as I can. And I can't be concerned about hurting someone. But
that's consensual.
That is consensual for sure. They're asking me to do it, and all the best thing I can do in this situation is to be precise and accurate and quick. And just get it done. I know it hurts. Every single one of my piercings hurts. I hated all of them. They hurt really badly. You did most of them to me. That's a lie, actually.
That's not true. Yeah.
I think you did a couple of them. Nah, you did some wild stuff to me.
Not piercings.
You made these bigger. You
not
pierced these, pierced these.
I didn't do those.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
My flats? Yeah, it was you and Becca.
Oh, yeah.
And then Sarah helped me with one ear. Sarah helped you with one ear. Mike helped you with the other ear. Conchas we did together. Lobes we did together. You scalped my lip. Mm-hmm. And you pierced my navel. You have officially done the most piercings.
I have done a lot on you, yeah.
That's crazy. I never thought about that.
That's a wild.
And then Mike and Nate are duking it out for a second.
But yeah,
place.
so anyway, so you
back to it. So yeah, you can't really think about the person. This is where the similarities end. Whereas I think in human trafficking, you can't think of these poor people as humans. You have to think of them as product.
It'd be so hard not to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be almost impossible.
Again, I think it's just consistency and kind of getting them started from a young age of I mean, it's basically slavery.
Yeah, it is for sure. It is
American slavery, at least. During those times, you were not buying slaves. You were buying product. You were buying assets, and you treated them as such, which is just wildly, for a normal human being, absurd and unheard of.
For sure.
But back in the day, like there were medical journals being released saying that African Americans were less human than white people. There were like these things, basically everything around you is saying like, these are not people, these are product. And that's just like when you're in that kind of realm and that's how your family for generations has made their money, that's just what you have to do.
Sure.
Like, again, not as wild, but still kind of like that, like, you know, big like dairy farms, beef farms, chicken farms, all these places where like they just have these animals in these tiny little cages. They never stand up their whole lives. They're artificially inseminated time and time again. Anything to further the cash crop that is these animals, they do, and they don't think about it. They don't think about like, you know, pigs being as intelligent as like a 2-year-old human, like all of these things where it's like you are literally torturing these lives and giving them the worst existence that can be possible to make yourself money.
Right.
And it's like not okay. And I've had that conversation with a lot of people and I've been yelled at by a lot of people, but like if you really cared for these creatures, you would not treat them the way that you would.
Of course. Yeah.
That's a little bit of my veganism coming out, but it's just like, dude.
Well, it's like, in a sense, it is slavery run by slaves. You know, they're slaves to greed, and then they have slaves.
When the money is that good, like, I can understand it, but I cannot empathize with it.
Sure.
Money is not that important to me.
No. I don't think it's important in that situation to me because inevitably I feel like it's going to end badly. Like inevitably your like ride is going to come to an end at some point. You know what I'm saying? It's like Tony Soprano. It's like the same thing. It's like this is cool because you're making a ton of money. You got a big house. You got like all the cars. You got all the stuff. But like eventually we know where this is going to go.
At
right?
what
like
cost?
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Like if it's not by your own men or your own enemies, it's going to be the FBI. It's going to be like, you know, a law enforcement. Like it's not going to always like, you know, it's empires always fall, let's say, right? Like, so there's just how it is. But, I think that's the root of it though, right? Is like, of course, the greed, the money, it blackens, your heart, like in a sense, right? Like you just are like not, you know, and even in the first movie, Liam Neeson ends up going and seeing like the guy that runs like the bidding on people. And he's the guy even says like, I get it. I've got a family of my own. I've got kids and whatever. And it's like, how could you do this?
Well, and that's
how can you do this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
and I think they cast him really well.
He does, yeah.
Because there was nothing behind his eyes.
No, he's
just like, it's business. This is what has to happen. It's like, oh, that is so gross.
Yeah.
You can tuck your kids in at night, kiss them on the forehead, and realize that somebody a couple years older than them is currently being like pumped with drugs and sold away.
Somebody even their age could be too.
Yeah.
It's not only adults. That's what's crazy.
True, but like, I mean, and that's the thing, like like it was even said too, like, you know, the younger they are, the longer they can sell them as like pure, meaning like virgins, and that's disgusting. It's a lot of like in The Equalizer, when he meets Chloe Grace Moretz, and like kind of befriends her, and she like basically like the younger she looks, the longer a career she has, which again, so gross.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
Just a vile thing, and like again. Money comes and goes. Get a different job, dude.
It's a weird thing, and it's an industry that I don't think will ever not be a thing. It can't be stopped. I don't think that it'll ever be. I think it's one of the oldest industries in the world.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, nobody can keep you safe from that industry. It's the same as you know, being pursued by, you know, some sort of Mexican cartel or a mafia or anything like that. They're going to get you if they want to get you. Yeah. And they're going to get away with it. And that's just how it is because of the money. Like everybody has like that price, right? Like they'll look the other way. Yeah. And I think a lot of people would be, that's the other thing that's tricky about that industry is I think that like a lot of times they might not have a lot of people working with them. They have a lot of people that would be willing to just look the other way.
Yeah.
Because it would be easier for you to get paid a lot to not do anything instead of like help them at all.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. You're just not going to do anything.
Well, and
you know what I'm
that's
saying? And it's like that's kind of what Jean-Claude is like.
exactly, yeah.
in
In the
that
first movie, he basically says like, my paycheck is this much, my expenses are this much. However the difference comes in, that's not my concern.
Right.
My concern is that I'm providing for my family. And like, how weak are you?
Right.
That is how you can then provide for your family.
It's just ridiculous.
You're not providing for them, you're completely destroying hundreds of thousands of millions of people's lives.
Yeah.
Just to get a couple extra dollars here.
Right. Like and the thing that's funny to me is like you don't have another option. Like
seriously.
You know what I mean? It's like you're acting like this is the absolute only option for you to provide for your family.
It's so
which
gross.
is just absurd. Okay, cool. So that was good. That was good.
That's a great one.
Second question is going to be in order. Which ones are your favorite and why?
Easy. I know it. You go first this time.
My order is going to be 1, 3, 2. Yeah, I know.
Pop off.
One
Say
is
your
great
reasoning.
because one is like you get to see what he's capable of.
Yeah.
You've never seen anything like that before. And I like that it takes you into like that underworld.
Yes.
Like you get to see what's going on.
Introduces it very
that
well.
bidding is very over dramatized. I don't think that's how it would be in real life.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. That seemed a little fancy. It could be because
well, that's the
like,
thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
What we're talking about, there's basically this like octagon, honest to God, with like glass viewing windows where everyone is here, and basically they bring these girls out.
And they're like in like a little suite. They're like, just like you have champagne.
They like present them, and they're like bidding on them, like any kind of bidding. I 110% think that's completely realistic.
It could be depending on the client, I guess. Yeah, if it's
and that's the thing too. You want it to be high end.
People.
You want it to basically. We want to remove these high rollers as far as from like the nitty gritty.
Yeah,
it just shows like the difference. Like earlier in the movie, there's this like trailer in the middle of this construction.
See, that's how
site.
I feel like it would be.
Well, that's where it can be a lot in like the lower thing. But again, like. It's the same with like selling drugs. Like it's not going to be some dude on the corner giving you a little dime bag of whatever. It's going to be this elevated, like exotic, like bougie experience. And that's what's going to kind of click in the heads of like higher end clients and customers. It's all marketing, dude.
Yeah,
everything in the world is marketing. So that's the thing. Like I think that's really real. And I do think like it does a great job at like building. Like you'd think like, Taken 1 could be standalone, totally fine.
100%.
But then it really unfolds and really shows how deep the rabbit hole goes and how like crazy this all gets. So I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
The third one I really think is good for the second one because of the like it's like a true thriller to me because like again, and you got Forrest Whitaker, which I obviously have a soft spot for Forrest Whitaker. I just feel like it was like a true like the first one was like I have to save my daughter. I'm really like, I got to get in there and do this. Yeah. The second one was more of like, I have to prove my innocence, but I also, it's like a cat and mouse. It reminded me very much like The Fugitive with Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Or
what accent did Tommy
Marshals.
Lee Jones have in that movie?
Normal. His normal. Yeah. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. That was impromptu. It was cool. It was a good scene. But it's like cat and mouse. He's got to prove his innocence before he gets caught.
Yeah.
Because he gets caught, he's screwed because he's got to rely on like the public legal system and like a jury, which is like the most like absurd way. Like, yeah. So like, I liked that dynamic. Mm-hmm. The second one was entertaining for me. I'll give it that. I'm an easily entertained person, though, so I will say that to most people. I am easily entertained.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I just felt like it was unlikely. It was not convincing that would happen again. I also don't necessarily think that, like, those Albanians, they made, like, 3 phone calls and found out where he was.
Yeah.
It was like, they're like I'm not trying to be like this, but, like, they're a poor gang.
Yeah,
they're not like it's not like the mafia. It's not like like
the Mexican
like
cartel.
or like the Russians. Like it's not like they don't have the money to do it. Like that's not a thing. Like that's just I don't know. I just felt like that was a little ridiculous. Like they found him in like 2 days. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like he's a CIA agent. Like I don't think so. And I also feel like we talked about this earlier today, but like it's like, so you go there on business and then your wife and daughter just surprise you randomly on
Ex-wife
this
and
trip.
daughter, yeah.
Your ex-wife is still married and she just decides to like take a vacation with her ex-husband
Literally
and her
across the
daughter.
world.
Yeah, like it just felt like a really like
It was kind of reaching.
crazy. Yeah, like, you know, again, it was entertaining. I would definitely watch it over and over. It's totally fine. I'm fine with that. But like at the same time, it was just kind of like, oh my God, really? Like this is happening
get
again?
it.
Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? I was very impressed with the third movie. I thought that they did a good job with everything, and I think it was cast well. They recast Famke's husband with a better actor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like they just really like dusted it off and like rebooted it. You know?
I think
like,
they did
it
a
was,
great
yeah,
job.
so I thought, you know, I would say that's the same for me as the Equalizer movies. It's definitely 1, 3, and 2 for me again.
Yeah.
Which is
Same.
like, again, which is rare. That's a rare thing.
Yeah.
But you got to do it a certain way, and if you do, I think that that's like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. What about you?
Exact same.
Really?
The first one is so good. It sets it off really well. It can be a standalone film. It's just great. It's a very exciting movie. 4 years go by between 1 and 2. Like, they didn't really need to do a 2.
Yeah.
I do think they took a step back with 2. It's like, really, someone else is getting taken? And that's the thing. Like, if you kind of take it at its face level, daughter gets taken, dad has to go rescue her. In the second movie, dad gets taken, daughter has to rescue him. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it
Like,
just flips
no,
and flops.
that wouldn't happen.
No.
And also, like, he's like in so many scrapes and he gets out no problem.
Yeah.
I blame Famke for his downfall in the
But
second
that's
one,
the thing is, like, in the third, like I told you today too, like, someone needs to die because, like, at this point, you
Yeah.
cannot save everybody.
No.
Like, it's just not.
And it
I guess all these bad dudes.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
it gives another level of realism, which is nice.
Right.
No, I thought they were great movies. Very pleasantly surprised by number 3. I thought it was really, really good.
I thought so too.
Great movies.
It was. They were good. They're definitely a true action movies. They're very fun. They're very entertaining.
If anyone has my personal phone number and you want to watch this movie, hit me up. I'll watch them again. Like, no problem. I love them so much.
Yeah.
Megan, I think it's time for a rewatch. I think you should watch all of them. I think it'll be really fun.
Maybe she'll get scared and I'll have to pick her up from your house and drive her back to her house and tuck her in and give
You
her
wanna drive her
Give her some
downtown?
ice cream and brush her hair, and then I'll.
Can you do this for me
I'll
instead?
I'll read her the Sword and the Stone book to go to sleep.
That'd
too.
be cool.
No,
We should do
that
that
might be too
movie.
scary for her. Actually, I don't
Yeah,
know.
dude, there's a sword. And 2 sorcerers.
We'll watch Paw Patrol instead.
Paul the Troll?
Yeah.
That's mean to call him a troll.
That's good. Yeah.
That's great. Great movies.
That's good.
Seriously.
I don't remember what we're seeing next, but it's gonna.
I
Oh yes,
know.
I do. It's gonna be intense.
It's gonna be a tough
It's gonna be an
one.
intense one, but it's gonna be good. I encourage everybody to watch these movies. If you have any questions you want to send
Yeah.
us, we love it. We're gonna answer a question
I
at
was
the
gonna
end
say,
today.
speaking of questions, we might have 1 or 2. We'll see.
Let's see what we got.
We're gonna
going
answer
on.
this first one here. This is from a longtime viewer, first time caller. Very close, near and dear to our hearts. There we go. Let's hope this goes as well as the other one did. Let's
It
try
will.
this out.
Let's do it.
Hey Chad, hey Chris, love the pod, been there since day one. My question for you is, if you could live in the world of any movie or TV show, what would it be? Let's say fantasy world and also a historically accurate version of the world that we live in. You don't have to be a main character in the movie. You just have to live in the world and you have to live there until you die. Thanks, bye.
Oh my gosh, I
crazy.
love that.
It's weird because she sounds like that all the time.
It's
So
great.
really
Like,
weird.
honestly, was not putting on a voice at all.
Yeah.
Word for
That's
word,
just
how I hear her every
genuinely
day.
Her voice.
Hey guys.
Go ahead. You can go ahead with this one. Yeah.
Honestly, my answer,
I have a
like,
feeling I know what it is, but yeah.
let's hear it. What do you think?
You're gonna obviously go into Star Wars world.
Wrong.
That's weird for me. All right, go
That's
ahead.
weird for me. I want to live in Hobbiton.
Okay, whatever. That's
My
like the
life
same
has
thing.
been changing a lot. I want to be a hobbit. I want a hole in the ground. I want to just be comfortable. I want to like just be my own with my own, you know, like grow my own food, be just really, really content and happy. It's been a very long time since I've smoked a pipe, but I wouldn't mind sitting out front in my garden smoking a pipe at the end of the day. I think that'd be really nice.
Okay.
My feet are much too supple to walk around in those shoes, but
They would have hair all over them.
Yeah. Right now, my toes only have hair, but if I was a hobbit, the rest of my foot would have hair on it too.
Okay.
I would love to live in like the Lord of the Rings. And if I couldn't live in Hobbiton, I would want to live specifically in Lothlorien with the elves.
Okay.
I would
What about
love that.
historically? She said
Historically, I don't want to go to any other time. I want to be
you have
right
to.
here,
That's
right now.
part of the question.
It was an either or.
No, it wasn't. It was and.
Do we need to listen to this annoying voice again?
I think it was an and. I'm gonna do both.
If I had to be a different time, I don't know. There's a lot of really horrible things that has happened.
I think you just
the
need to
time.
like not think about it like that and just like think about it like just like what you think it would be the most fun.
What seems really cool, I think like the 70s in London. I think would be really cool. A lot of cutting edge fashion, a lot of cutting edge music. That's when Queen started. I think they started in the 70s.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Be cool.
I'd go live in England.
Cool.
I'd be down with that. Oh, just kidding. I want to be in Scotland.
Okay.
When my great, great, great somebody, William Wallace, was fighting for our independence. I want to be a part of that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I'm related to the man. I think it'd be really cool. Ooh. Pop off. Okay, your fantasy world, what would it be?
Fantasy world.
James Bond.
Oh, I was gonna say that, but now I can change it.
Change it.
I'll change it to honestly, I would do like a John Wick era. I love that like underworld of hitmen people. Like I would totally be about that.
Okay.
Like I would totally be fine with that.
It's not very fantasy, but whatever, dude.
It's super fantasy. That doesn't exist.
That happens all the time,
It doesn't. With I'm saying like with like the continental and like things like that. Like I would want like that kind of thing. If it was like fantasy, then I would probably say
How to Train Your Dragon.
no. I would probably do. Honestly, I would probably do like fantasy. I would probably do like a Guardians of the Galaxy situation
Okay.
where I was like in like a cool
That's
ship.
also
I
in
would
present day, but
travel-
whatever.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, fine. Star Trek then. It's the same thing as Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'll do Star
We'll
Trek.
do Star Trek.
Star Trek. You're in a cool ship and you get to go to like. Actually, I would prefer Star Trek because honestly,
sick.
you get to like explore brand new planets like
Yeah.
all the time. You get to take samples and like try out how it is on those planets, and then when you're done, you just fucking beam up and it's like fine. You don't even care.
Language.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So yeah, there's many different languages. You're right on the planets that you can learn.
Very many language.
I think that's what I would do. Actually, that's
really
what I would
sick.
do. Yeah,
I like that a lot. I love that.
It would be
because,
good.
like, honestly, funny enough that you say that. They kind of mention it in the Star Trek Beyond, the third movie with Chris Pine. It like kind of shows that like they're basically just in the Navy.
Yeah.
they're just on their ship.
just
They're going to
traveling,
places,
just doing stuff.
It's very just like
helping out when they can.
Yeah,
You know,
like
yeah.
it shows them like in like one of their quarters, and they're just like drinking booze and
Yeah.
like talking. They're like, "Man, we've been on this ship for so many years," and it's like, "Whoa!" Like,
cool.
yeah, really, that's
Yeah.
like your life. It's crazy.
It would be cool.
I like that one.
Historically,
Yeah.
I would say like right away, I would really like to be in like Tokyo in the 80s.
Ooh,
That's where I would want to be.
That'd be super
Yeah,
sick.
I would
you
definitely.
would literally
into that.
be shunned looking the way you do.
I wouldn't look like this.
Oh.
I would be Asian, and I would join the Yakuza.
You would be Asian, or
obviously.
would you be
the
Japanese?
The infamous Hatchet Gang, dude.
Hashtag gun.
They can't carry guns there, so they literally always carry blades, which is
can.
gnarly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That
But no,
is
I would do. Well, you know what? The thing that made me think that right away is because I've been watching Tokyo Vice,
Yeah.
and it takes place in Tokyo in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's so sweet. It's just so legit. It's so pretty. Everything is so traditional and classic. The restaurants are beautiful.
Yeah.
The streets are sweet. Like everyone wears a suit. Everybody dresses proper. Like it's nice. Like it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I would definitely be totally fine with that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Have you watched that Blue Eye Samurai yet?
No, but I will.
I really want to watch that too.
I don't do well with anime. I do better with manga.
I do more better with manga.
but I'll try it out.
I feel you.
That
You
was
know-
a really good question.
It was great.
Yeah, that was a very.
Thank
good
you so
question.
much,
Please
anonymous
keep
caller.
firing away.
Do we want to do one more?
I don't. We can if we want.
Should we sneak another one in here? Or
We
should
can
we wait?
sneak. No,
Let's wait.
Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's
savor
keep
it.
guessing.
We have a couple in store. If you do want to call in, Instagram, it'll let you leave a voice memo. If for some reason it's not, shoot me like a normal message so then I can like accept it, and then we can get you in with a voice memo. We really like doing it. It kind of brings a little bit more personal feel to this, and we like doing it. We like doing
True.
this
It's
for
fun.
the fans, you know.
I like it, and I like the like on the spot. Like I like to
Love
like,
the
be
on the spot.
Yeah,
It's nice. The first sentence of that call in was dictated by my iPhone, and it like bummed me out because I like saw what it started off with. But I like that question. It was a really great question. I like our answers, and I like podcasting with you, my friend.
likewise.
All done.
Stay tuned for a very deep and intense movie next episode.
It's gonna be a lot. 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 All right. Take care, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bang.